Hi, welcome back to Victory TV. I'm Janet Von Schmeling, and I'm here with my brother Herman Von Schmeling. We are back in studio, so happy to talk to you guys.
Yes, we're excited for continuation of our Victory podcast, being here with you. And yeah, a lot to talk about. We want to recap our huge weekend we had at the World. Yeah, that was awesome. Being able to commentate, that was really cool.
That was so cool.
That was a lot of fun and had a lot of good feedback. So let's keep doing that.
Yeah, that is a new staple. We're going to do that. We probably should do it at the gala dinner too.
Absolutely.
So that would be really awesome.
Yeah.
I keep hearing parents tell me that they're hearing our voices so much in their house because their children are watching the performances over and over and over again. And I love that. I love that they got the opportunity to have that. We've never done that before.
First time, and I think we nailed it. You did for sure.
No,
but it makes it so fun because obviously talking about we grew up doing this and being a part of it, and then now being able to see all the teams out there that were once our team members, now they're leading their own team. I just think that's special. We got Corey Ashua, who's been since day one, and he was the youngest one, and he was on the commentary as well for a little bit. So and it was cool because the week after I ran one of the days of summer camp at one of the schools, and after they were eating lunch, we watched the whole. Not the whole thing, but we watched it.
Watch party?
Yeah, we had a little watch party, and one of the kids, one of the youngest ones, is like, Master Von Schmeling, you're really good at the commentary. I was like, well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. But anyway, it was cool for the kids to see themselves on TV and just building on what we're starting here. Obviously with the podcast, with the convention. I think it was a hit. The convention was a lot of lead up, a lot of build up to it, but I think it was a success.
I think so too. And I think it's just the beginning of showcasing these children, their talent, and I was watching the one with the children just
that's
now,
my
the
favorite.
podcast, and we talked to them, and they're like, keep the energy up and don't give up, and
love that.
they're so motivated. They motivate me, I'm like, okay, and so I'm excited for more of that to be able to showcase them more. And
funny story. So when it was happening, it started with just one or two of the kids, and then I turned back and there's a huge line of kids wanting to do interviews, and it was hard to tell,
to say no, to turn away.
So we're like, okay, one more. It ended up being like, 10, 15 kids. And of course the purity of, what they say and like how passionate they are about the martial arts. But, everyone, all the kids, it seemed like they've been in the podcast field for a long time because they were really natural and just love seeing that.
Yeah,
that's my favorite.
They're mini stars in every way, and just saying like that proves also that the confidence in them because doing something like that, especially on camera, speaking, anything like that, is it's scary, and it's very super easy to get in your head. And with these children, that doesn't even phase them at all. Like they're willing to be up in front, speak in front, and
that's huge, right? That's a huge testament to what we're doing in Victory. I mean, our leadership program is based on that.
Exactly.
Getting in front of people and speaking. I mean, number one fear in America for a long time was public speaking. But if we can train these kids now at a young age to get in front, to face their fear, to encourage them to be in front, when they're older, they're gonna, it's kind of like with us, same thing, right? I mean, our father pushed us to do it.
Major push.
It was uncomfortable in the beginning, but once you do it and you feel confident with it, and so you can see that in the kids, because it's true. It's the leadership program that we're developing here at Victory is going to be lasting their whole life, right? Getting in front of people and having the confidence to, even the social skills. I'm really big on that right now, especially when I'm teaching. I'm teaching classes later tonight, and I think the biggest thing right now, especially the skills that they're learning, is the social skills again, and it just ties back to what we do and what we reinforce and what we want. So, I love the interviews with the kids. Got a chance to interview Dad and also Master Neri. I mean, it was really good. I felt like every time it happened, it kept getting better. So it was nice to just have those moments with them.
I bet it's so interesting for you too, because obviously you've been working alongside these people forever, family not. I mean, Neri feels like family, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But this environment in this situation of the podcast space is like we get to learn new stories and have opportunities to have conversations that I'm not sure if we would in our our martial arts studios, or even just like lunch after. Sometimes it's just a quick catch up. We're talking about our kids, we're talking about the business, but this gives us a hour to kind of almost like meditate out of that and really focus on each other. And I think that's really, really interesting because there's so many stories you haven't heard, I haven't heard, and definitely the victory world haven't heard of Dad or the Masters.
Absolutely.
We get human stories, family stories.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we're all human beings, and we live the martial arts. We take it everywhere we go. It's in our hearts and our spirits and our soul. But at the end of the day, we are humans, and but being able to hear those stories that you're right, like we maybe on a day to day we don't really get to hear, or we don't, there's
or make time to discuss those things.
I think the biggest takeaway from what you just said, and it's so true, is that the podcast really allows us to be so present and like take a pause for a second and just be. And then I think that's that's the highest form of living, right? Is to be present and to, because either we're living in the past or we're, anticipating what's going to happen, right? And gosh, if we just take care of today and if we just, my motto is let's be great today. What can I do to be great today? And greatness doesn't require perfection. It's not going to always be perfect, but you can be great every day. The way you treat others, the way you, I'm one thing I can proudly say is every time I step on the floor, all my students get all of me. There's not a moment where it's not 100% of me, where I'm sweating and I'm in there working out with them and that's my commitment. And you've seen it. And I know there's tons of instructors that share that same feeling. It's like,
it's their zone, it's their game time, it's their moment.
I go to another world when I teach, honestly, and I'm going to be doing that, forever. So, and I think I'm so present in that moment. And I'm also so present in the podcast moment too. So it's really cool.
I get the pleasure of rewatching a lot of these episodes but there's really not much editing that happens because every conversation is so, anyway, at least for me, I'm very biased. I'm watching these with star eyes every time I watch them, but I get to rewatch them and learn so much about, the history of whether victory or how martial arts has kind of impacted every area of people's lives. And it's so true. It's been really such a joy for me. And I didn't, people say, the people say like, oh, I didn't see that on my bingo card, and it's like, I really didn't see this in our trajectory of victory, but now I can't see it without it. So we're in a really, really cool moment of history, our own history within victory, which is pretty cool.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. And the best is yet to come. Yeah. I really do truly feel that, I know it's cliche, people say that, but I really do feel like, the best is yet to come, with our partnerships and with our, with our trajectory where we want to go. Because a lot of times people get so caught up on like the how are we going to get there? How it's going to happen? Gosh, when you believe it's going to happen, and when you know what you want to happen, then we'll find a way to get there, right?
Absolutely.
And it's never a straight line, right? But as long as we're doing this, and learning from each experience, because there's a lot of learning. I mean, there's no doubt.
Every single day.
I feel like life's one big learning lesson, and you got to enjoy the ride, right? And I feel, and I read that the other day, and I love this saying. It was like, what's more important, the journey or the destination? And when you ask that question, most people say journey, which my first answer is to say journey as well. But the truth is, it's the company. It's the people along the way. It's the people that you bring with you. It's the people that you get to spend time with. The people you spend the weekends with, which is us. Yeah. So the people
it's your
that
downtime. It's it's. We said it's the people that you get to be around that you don't have to be perfect for.
That's it.
It's no judgment, and it's light. It feels light, you know? It feels...
Life can be heavy if you make it, right? Yeah. So it's important to share those times. And I honestly, I felt like the convention was light. Like I felt like it was, a lot going on. Obviously, everyone needed to, be doing their part.
You're not the only person who said that.
Like it was like
there was a little bit. Yeah, there was a bouncier, airier kind of maybe just energy that. I'd say that the podcast kind of helped.
Hey, I think so too. I think so too.
You walked into that room and you're like, "Whoa, what's that?"
That cool. Setup was perfect.
The whole. We definitely had a different. I'd just say maybe it was serious, but there was like less serious. I don't know how to explain.
No.
Like
you're right. Like everyone was. No, we were.
It was like a determined, focused fun.
Okay. No, that's exactly. Everyone was locked in to what what we were trying to accomplish, and but at the same time, you could just feel
we were happy,
a happy, pure, elevated energy. I don't know. I mean, that's
elevated energy. I just
like the word elevated. I just feel like we always want to elevate. We always want to keep growing, right? Because growth is happiness.
Is that a clothing brand already? Because you might.
I know. I might have to write that down. Right.
Elevate. That's pretty cool.
So just recapping the convention, like I said, being able to commentate the Night of Champions, the demo team obviously was a big hit. Another one, and shout out the instructors that were testing. That was huge. I mean, that was because
they gave it their all.
Every single year we try to top what we did last year, and last year's 30th anniversary was really good. I mean, I've been through every single instructor testing and black belt boot camp. I mean, from day one, I've been to every single one. Last year's topped it all off, and then this year was even better.
That's
so
great.
Again, and shout out to Master Neri, and got so much love for him, and he's one of my favorite people. I know I shouldn't have favorites, but
no, but
well, you are. I mean, you know that.
But I think Master Neri is definitely a favorite.
Yeah, no, I mean,
and he's also a big part of the reason we get to do this too.
Absolutely,
he introduced us to this amazing team.
Absolutely,
and the thing with Master Neri is just like you guys have been there from the very beginning. So as long as every year is just a little bit better, a little bit, we're always going to end up in this spot. Of it being. Maybe some years it's just a little bit like this, and then some years like this last year, where we're going so digital, we're able to reach so many more people and highlight so many more people. That makes that jump go from here to I think
it was a big jump. But you're absolutely right. As long as we're progressing, 1% better. I mean, I was teaching class yesterday, and that's what I was talking about. Listen, whatever your goal was, you achieve those goals, but just 1% better, just a little tight, because. People get overwhelmed with 0 to 100. Oh, I gotta do that. I just get 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3. Before you know it, you'll be at 100, right? So, no matter who you are and where you are, you can always improve. And what do they say? Never stop learning. Never stop learning, because life never stops teaching. If you can just learn those lessons every day, because. They're there. Life leaves clues.
Oh, they leave so many clues.
And with our kids, I mean, obviously we're learning. Like nobody gives us a handbook. Hey, this is how you need to raise a child. But you do it from the pureness of your heart, and you look after them. But then you also want to teach them how to behave when they're not around us. That's the biggest compliment. I know you agree. Is when our kids behave.
How they behave when they're not
with us. And both of our kids were together yesterday with our mom, and just to see the joy in their face and to see how our mom, how she is with them.
Best.
It's
we're so lucky.
I don't even have the right word for it. It's just so.
No.
But the fact that we can train them or help them, guide them on how to behave when they're not around is the greatest compliment. And I feel like I talk about that all the time and when I'm teaching as well, because discipline is it's something nobody's got discipline all worked out. Like discipline is a constant progression, right? And
it's a choice every day. Right?
It is. You got to decide, commit, and go for it. Just be great today. That's my motto. Just be great today. Tomorrow we'll be here if you take care of being great today. So I don't know if that grammar was really good there, but you understand.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah. So, just again, convention coming off a great weekend. Now going into the Olympics coming in. So, we're excited to. We did this in the past, but I think we can, obviously we're going to make this bigger and better this year. But we're doing a
victory
Summer Olympics, which is cool.
Piggybacking on, the Paris Olympics and all the awesome commercials that are happening.
Yeah, I know. I was telling the students this week, I was like, guys, we're training for the Olympics. It just sounds really good to say.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
So, we have a special schedule for the Olympic training, we're calling it,
That's awesome.
and where the students can do, it's a tournament, but it's different categories and different competitions that are outside the box, like totally outside the norm.
Yeah.
And that's what makes victory, we don't have to, play by the book.
No.
Like we can do different competitions, like the speed kicking challenge, which is how many kicks can you do in 1 minute,
without putting your leg down.
Without putting your leg down. We're going to do
without
different
falling
things.
over.
Yeah. So it's going to be fun. We want to create the ambiance there at headquarters, maybe make it like an Olympic feel, you know what I mean?
So just the torches outside.
Yeah,
we do an opening
Eiffel
ceremony.
Tower at the the torches. I mean, we could come up with something cool, and we will, right?
The flags. Just
that
America.
would be cool. Yeah, just America.
I'm just kidding. We love all the countries.
Nah, of course. I mean, that's what the United States is, a big melting pot, from... I know we're watching the soccer game yesterday, and Colombia and Uruguay were playing. What a great game it was.
Was it?
I mean, the ones that don't understand soccer, like, I've never been a great soccer player. I was more of Americanized because I played basketball.
Me too, yeah.
So, but watching it, love it. I mean, because you have so many of these moments where, like, it's like those heartbreak moments in soccer that you don't really get in other. I mean, basketball's my number one, but soccer for sure is number two.
But the energy in soccer is completely different with the fans. I mean, the fans,
absolutely,
they kill each other.
Literally, there was a brawl yesterday. Anyway, so I'm not promoting that, but it is. There's so much passion, so much, so much pride for their country, and so and there was a reason I brought this up. But anyway, was watching the game, the passion, and
we were just talking about the supporting of the countries.
That's right. That's right. So the final is in Miami on Sunday. Oh. And Colombia's in the final, and then also Argentina's in the final.
So it's a great moment for South America.
Oh my gosh,
so fun.
So there's gonna be a lot of Colombians in Miami this weekend. My daughter's Colombian, so I'll support her.
Going? It'll be crazy.
I don't know about that. We're gonna comfortably watch it.
In the jerseys at home.
So
fun.
But I love the.
What other go back to the Summer Olympics? What other like creative divisions are you doing that wouldn't be in a normal tournament?
Yeah. So we talked about this and we kind of came up with some cool ideas on categories and having even the parents get out there and maybe do like a little demo team.
Yeah, parent demo team.
Yeah, so we used to do that. We had a mother's demo team back in the day. We had different, and you'd be surprised how many parents want to be a part of it, and then they don't have that opportunity. So this will be a fun thing. Also, let me see. Also, we're doing a tag team sparring. So this will be the only sparring at this Olympics.
Okay.
Normally we do sparring in every tournament. We have we call it King of the Ring, where we do only sparring tournaments, right? But for this one's cool because it's a tag team, right? Not a tag team wrestling match. It's a tag team where.
But you were inspired.
Of course, I was inspired. A lot of tag team, a lot of WWE. Taking the kids to SmackDown in August. It's here in Orlando.
Oh my gosh!
So we're not gonna have to drive to Jacksonville. It's gonna be here. And I'm taking the little guy with me this time, Armani. He didn't go.
He's obsessed.
Oh my gosh, he does the faces now, and he walks in.
He does the walks out to the music.
Yeah. So one, how much time do we have? Because when it comes to our kids, but there's right now in WWE, there's one of the best bad guys ever, because you're either a good guy or a bad guy.
You gotta have a villain.
Yeah,
the story
gotta have
needs
a villain. Exactly, superhero in a story. In wrestling, they call it a heel, which is the bad guy, and then the baby face, which is the good guy. That's what they call it in the wrestling industry.
I did not know.
Yeah, heel and baby face. So Armani, of course, loves the babyface, which is the champion, Cody Rhodes, because he's like a little miniature Cody Rhodes, got a blonde
hair.
He's like, Daddy, can you do my hair like Cody Rhodes? So anyway, son of Dusty Rhodes, which is a legend. Anyway, a lot of history there. But then the best bad guy right now is The Rock and Roman Reigns' younger cousin. His name is Solo. He's actually Rikishi's son.
I remember Rikishi.
You remember Rikishi? Again,
I do.
Samoan heritage. Like they're
Big
just
history.
he's the youngest son. His name is Solo, and he comes out with this towel around his head. It's like a black towel, and he walks in, has this like, and right now he's killing it as a bad guy. You know, when you got everyone booing you, you're doing something right, right? You know. Yeah. Armani wanted to do it, and I think I showed you the video. He comes out, and he's just like,
it's the face,
and then he does the one. Anyway, so it's
okay. So we're gonna add that.
We have to.
So you can see him.
But I just have to. I think that performance that I grew up on watching The Rock and Stone Cold and these guys is really how I am able to perform through XMA. So
absolutely,
a lot of yeah, because it's a performance, and you got to be on, and you got to electrify the crowd. And I feel like there's no better feeling when I'm teaching class, and I have a new parent or a new family that's experiencing victory for the first time. You put that pressure on me. I'm gonna give them the best show ever, but through martial arts, through the life skills, and obviously make sure the child has an amazing experience. I think that's one of my superpowers. That just is one. But anyway,
it is. That is your superpower. And
I can again perform with victory with kids, adults, every person that walks in. I want them. And can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
I got this quote from it was Kobe Bryant, and he said, "The reason that I give my absolute best and I do everything possible in that game is because you don't know that person that did everything they could to buy that ticket to come watch me." And that stuck with me. We don't know what it took for that family, even to step into a martial arts school. It's intimidating. Like there's different cultures in the martial arts. And if you know the martial arts schools, I mean, I believe in our culture and I will always believe in it. But you don't know what it took for that family or, to come and watch. And I have that Kobe Bryant mentality is that they have to leave with like, wow, that was like much more than I ever expected, right? So anyway, just shout out there. Even though he's not with us anymore, he's always, that Mamba mentality
absolutely
is you never know who's watching. So anyway, wanted to say that.
He was the greatest, huh?
Nah, and he was a girl dad, 4 girls. Come on. So shout out. Like 2 things you remember when 9/11 happened and when Kobe passed.
I do. I remember both of them very well.
Nobody believed it. We read our phones. We're like, no way.
No, and I was in LA when it happened.
Oh, then you were in LA.
Yeah.
And it was in was it Calabasas? Is that?
Or I think was it in Glendale? I feel like it was close to me. I was in downtown LA at was having lunch
Nobody
brunch.
wanted to believe that.
Brunch, yeah, because it was morning time.
I've had some of the best brunches in LA though. Shout out.
Shout out brunches in LA for sure.
And Thai food, right?
Thai food, yeah.
Thai food.
Street tacos.
Oh my gosh.
Just street food.
I'm getting hungry
honestly.
right now. Sounds good.
But yeah, no, that was a super sad because we thought it was a hoax. Because
nobody wanted to believe it.
I was at the Soho House in downtown LA. Actually, my best friend from here was visiting me out there.
Oh wow.
Her and her boyfriend, and so we actually. We're gonna name drop, but we actually just stepped off the elevator. The Jonas Brothers were on the elevator with us.
Were they? Oh wow!
So she's texting me like, "Oh my God, it's Jonas Brothers." And then we sit down at our table, and then we all open our phones and we saw the news, and then we looked around the whole restaurant, and everyone was like this.
Yeah, couldn't believe it.
No. And then people start talking to each other table to table. Did you guys see this? Is this real? Is this real? And then it was confirmed, and it was like this. I mean, people just started leaving and crying, and it was. I mean, to be in LA when it happened was really like it was.
Can't imagine.
Sad.
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah. And there was rumors of was the daughter there? How many daughters were there with him? The daughter wasn't there. So it was very confusing on who was with him. Who it was a very super sad day.
And gosh, I could say so much about this, but his daughter. I mean, he was coaching her, and she was gonna. Be the most incredible. And I'm gonna come back to this real quick. So he passed in 2020. Armani was born in 2020. I didn't know if Armani was a boy or a girl because we waited. Absolutely, her name would have been Gianna if it was a girl. So I didn't know it was boy because that was the whole surprise. But what I did though, or I don't want to take credit for it, but we changed the day to June 8th. because his number was 8. So he was supposed to be born earlier your birthday's June 1st. That's your day.
Thank you.
He was supposed to be like June 5th, June 6th. And
very close to my day.
Yeah, very close to your day. You both Geminis though. But then June 8th, because 8th was, the year anyway. So it just life is beautiful and you got to cherish it, and you got to make sure that you embrace everything. I mean,
and know your priorities, like our children.
Know what's important. What's important. I mean, I think the older we get, the more we realize that. And, no regrets. But at the end of the day, learning lessons and because we're, I mean, it's so cool, the fact that even you living here now, it's like that time that we missed. Gosh, we're catching up on all that time. And it feels like we didn't,
we didn't miss a beat. I mean, time goes by so fast, especially in those like 20s, at that time, you know?
I remember my life before kids.
Yeah. Like, who was I?
I was doing a lot of stuff with Anthony Pettis, with the Ultimate Fighter, and then I went to Japan with him, the corner. That was really cool. And then just a lot of, I actually fought Muay Thai, which we were, also going to talk about, because that's being introduced to the Olympics.
Yeah.
And so got to learn from some.
Added as an unofficial sport for this year.
Okay.
Which is Muay Thai.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know how much people know about Muay Thai being, in popular mainstream, because I'm sure they see it, in the UFC, but I don't know if people know what, Muay Thai is. But they removed karate and added Muay Thai this year. So very excited for that to have some mass exposure to the world. Said about 1,000 fighters are going to fight Muay Thai in the Olympics. So
that's pretty awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, I heard about the Muay Thai happening. I didn't know the specifics, but Muay Thai is it's one of the highest levels of full contact fighting. It's a lot of elbows, a lot of knees. I
always said for girls, you should always know those elbows and knees, because you can get a lot of force out of
I would say that in any time, in self-defense. I mean, short range, right? Nobody's gonna. I mean, I won't say nobody, but it's very rare somebody comes on the street and wants to box you. Hey, put your hands up, let's box. But close range and being able to defend for elbows and knees and just the style and the toughness. I mean, there's a famous. Our dad was there in Thailand, I don't know, like last year or something, and I think he went to one of the, it's their national sport, and they beat each other up. It's some of the toughest martial artists you'll ever meet, and it's one of the best backgrounds for any mixed martial arts. You ask any MMA fighter, they'll tell you Muay Thai, of course, wrestling, no specific order. You ask the Brazilians, they'll say jiu-jitsu, but that's rightfully so. They proved that jiu-jitsu, without jiu-jitsu, you it's a matter of time before you lose. I mean, if you don't have the right grappling, right? So all of them are important, but it's cool that Muay Thai.
Yeah, I thought that was super interesting.
It's getting involved into the Olympics. Yeah. I have a 2-0 record. I'm undefeated, so retired undefeated.
I heard tuna record. I was like, what's a tuna record?
I like a good tuna melt sometimes, but
I love tuna.
I know. 2-0. Like I said, it was.
I think we're hungry.
I think so. A lot of food references, but it's okay. That's us all the time anyway.
Regardless. Okay, well, I think we completed this little chat.
It always goes by so fast. I know. We're like, what are we going to talk about today? And then, So, a lot to talk about, and get to do it with you. So much fun. The best of both worlds.
Do you want to? I was about to start singing Hannah Montana, so that would be a whole different podcast.
Hannah Montana? I haven't heard that.
You said best of both worlds. We're from different generations.
Oh, yeah. Who was that again, Hannah Montana?
Miley Cyrus.
Miley Cyrus. Oh, was it really?
I don't have Marcella here today to look back and make Taylor Swift references to. Where's my friend?
I know.
All right. Can you outro us?
Yes. Well, thank you for watching our episode here with Janet and Herman Von Schmeling. We're excited for the future. Keep tuning in. Keep telling your friends about it, because there's so many topics, so much we want to talk about. And the best part is we love doing it. So we hope that you
love watching it.
Enjoy the ride.